G'day, everyone's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present the round 8 review, and I do apologise. I didn't do a preview. My trade, I made a decision out of my trades. I brought in Clayton Oliver, brought in Sam Simpson, and Alex Chincotta for, I forgot who I got rid of. I think it was Setterfield. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, let's get into the round 8 preview, but round 8 review. Sorry that I didn't preview this round. I do apologise about that, but that's what I did. I VC'd Taranto and I took his score. So that was a bit disappointing. And I scored 2,464, which I'm very happy with. That was great. Nice round 8 rank. So that got me up 4,000 spots in the ranks, 5,509. So this is great. We keep going up the ranks, and that's all you really want. So just all about solidifying your position now and see how we go. Very happy with this. I beat my mate Liam. Shout out to Liam. He's taken SuperCoach pretty seriously. He's a good mate of mine, watches all my videos, and he's really doing well this season in SuperCoach. So good on him. Love to see it. And then I beat Spills again. I don't think he'll be too pleased with that. The great man. But yeah, I beat him in draft again. I beat him in round 1 and beat him here. So sorry about that, mate, but had to get the dub there. All right, so let's head into what actually happened. It's a score that I'm extremely happy with, but it could have been a lot better. I'll show you why. All right, cheers. Yep, won 10 out of 10 league wins, which I'm very happy with. Top 3% total score now, so really good. All right, so now, as you can tell, so I VC'd Taranto. I took his score. I was going to captain Oliver, but I didn't really like captaining someone that I only just brought in. We all know with SuperCoach, whenever we bring in someone, they usually go pretty crap the next week. But so I lost out about 36 points on that. And then obviously what is extremely disappointing is Jordan Ridley going down injured due to a very cowardly hit by Willie Rioli. I'll get into the nice stuff about Ridley. Wishing him all the best in his recovery. Hopefully it's not a broken jaw or anything. I don't think it is from memory, but obviously very disappointing for him. It looks like he's going to miss next week due to concussion. Wish him all the best with that. It's just bloody stiff what happened to him. Willie Rioli, hope he goes on a little holiday just for that because, yeah, that was just no good. Now let's get into my little rant on Ridley. So I tweeted out. It got a bit of engagement actually, where I just talked about Ridley never again, and I'm still standing by it. I'm never picking Jordan Ridley again in SuperCoach. I'm sorry. He has to be the best defender in the game for me to pick him again. We get sucked in, and to be fair, I got sucked in. Didn't get sucked in last year, but I thought Essendon would play a bit of a slower style of gameplay, and as well, I thought Ridley was going to be the main distributor. So, I mean, even if he scored a 70, I'd been in 2,500 territory. So, is what it is. So, I could have gotten an extra 86 points this week if I risked it for the biscuit with Clayton Oliver, skipper. Lost myself out 36 points on that. And even if Ridley just scored a 70, that's an extra 52 points. So, it could have been much higher, but I'll definitely take what I got. So, is what it is. Nick Dacos got tagged 81. You just keep him because, I mean, what's the reason in trading him out? Like, I know he's had a couple of rough weeks and he's getting tagged, but and he'll probably get tagged next week. But still going to be a top 6 defender pretty comfortably. Tom Stewart 99 escaped suspension. I think I saw his tackle and he got a bit lucky there. So we'll take that 99. I think that's his worst score since I've owned him, but he's just been terrific. So I'll definitely take that. And he's got the nice buy. You love to see it. Will Day spent a bit of time off that half forward line. Oh, yeah, the Hawks are crap. Tell you what, I put out a tweet, Stephen D.W. Smith, if you didn't follow me on Twitter. Gee, just anything negative I say just gets absolute backlash from the Hawks, but that's just me giving my opinion at the end of the day. So, I just get backlash for anything minor I say about the Hawks. So I don't really care. I just give my opinion with Sam Frost and Harry Morrison, but whatever. Can't please everyone, and you gotta live life like that. Not everyone's gonna like what you say or what you do, but you just go through it. So all day 84, spent a bit of time in the forward line for my liking, but he just looks really good in the midfield, and there'd be no reason to take him out. Harry Sheasel, 110. Wasn't it just the only reason to watch that St Kilda North Melbourne game is either if you're a supporter for each club, or just watching Sheasel and Zeeble just kick the ball about in their back line. It was just beautiful to watch. St Kilda give up a lot of points to defenders. Who they got this week? Adelaide. Oof. I mean, Dawson now plays midfield, but he could go nuts there. But yeah, it's just beautiful to watch. So great to see with Sheasel. Everyone got a bit nervous with his poor score, but now he's bouncing back very nicely, and hope we can keep him for the rest of the year. Jordan Ridley, 18. Yeah, I talked about this enough. Shock and pick. Yeah, you can't do much about it. I was looking at an absolutely amazing week if Ridley didn't get injured, but whatever. Chin Cotter with a 70. Just keep playing, mate. Just keep playing, because these rookies are looking real dire at the minute. So just hope you keep playing. Seamus Mitchell, 54, played a lockdown role on Michael Walters, and he actually did a good job. Scored I think Walters had 14 touches and a goal, something like that. So I thought he did a really good job and should be staying in the side, you would hope. Constable, he's going to get delisted at the end of the year. Not getting a game, nowhere close to it. Bontempelli, clear M1 so far this year. He's just been unbelievable. I'll tell you what, if Dacos continues to get tagged, I think Bont is a good share for the Brownlow at the minute, because he's just going absolutely nuts, and I love having him. It was a bit of a slow start owning him, but ever since I think that Richmond game, he's just been amazing. So very happy to own Bont. 725,000 now. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Finally brought in Clayton Oliver this week, 136. I'm extremely happy with that. So it's good to finally get Oliver's break evens now 99. So yes, I have had a little look with the break evens before I recorded, that sort of thing. So Oliver, I'm glad I got him in, even though it meant me keeping Ridley and he got injured, but you can't predict that stuff. Rory Laird, 102. He's going to absolutely plummet in price. I think he's playing injured with a bit of a calf. Honestly, I just want Adelaide. It sounds weird, but I want Adelaide just to rest him for a week, because he's clearly not himself. I just give him a week off and let him get back to his best, I reckon, instead of forcing him to sort of play. Darcy Parish, 117, obviously needs massive numbers to get this score, but I'm not asking too much from this bloke. I just want solid 100 pluses every single week, and I think he can do that. He's just solid as a rock. Happy with having him. I'd probably prefer Merritt, but so far he's outscored Merritt by about 30 points with this trade so far, so that's fine. Oh, wait, not really. No. Well, I forgot Merritt was suspended round 6. Whatever. Parish outscored Merritt by like 15 points last week, and then another 11 this week, so about 26 points extra so far. Tom Green, 135, really starting to hit his straps. Ever since he got suspended, he's really just clicked into gear and playing better footy, which is what we love to see, and it's great to see. Errol Goulden, absolutely amazing with 156. I kept flicking on and off with the two games with Collingwood, Sydney, and North Melbourne, St Kilda, but 156. I'll tell you what, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a massive stop in price in point scoring in that Collingwood Sydney game. It was just really weird. Like, Goulden was just stuck on 118 for a while, and they did it after the game. Honestly, I thought Goulden could have actually gone 170 plus here, but can't complain with a 156. Jacob Hopper, glad I kept him. He was against the Eagles. He should be scoring very well. So, yep, very happy. We'll keep him for another week. Ideally till the buys. I forgot which buy Richmond have. I think around 14 or 15. Will Ashcroft, 37. This was pretty disappointing with the 37, but one bad week. I'm actually thinking of holding him for one more week. But if there's an opportunity that comes where I can just use another boost and I can get in 2 premiums, because the rookies this week are just no good. Like, you've got Rory Atkins, who's 200K, and you've got Josh Weddle, who's about 130K, but his break-even's like -18. It's just, I don't know. And I guess you just hope he stays inside, but he's kind of playing key defense, that sort of thing. So I don't know if you actually want him, to be honest, but yeah. We'll talk about it with trades, but Ashcroft, 37. I think he can bounce back. His cash gen's stalled, but he's got Essendon at the Gabba. I think I'll just keep him for another week, I think. But I don't know. You can definitely trade him. Sam Simpson with the 66. He was on 58 at halftime, thinking new beauty. I was actually a little bit annoyed because I had him on my bench, but you can't complain with the 66. And this could have been a lot bigger. He did nothing in the second half. One of my mates talking about how good Sam Simpson is at halftime, and then he scored 7. I just said, you absolutely jinxed him, mate. Alwyn Davey, 31, didn't pay too much in depth to this game, but his cash gen's just about done, isn't it? So you could probably trade him out when need be. But to be honest, at the minute, I think it's just nice having a rookie on the bench at the playing rookie on the bench at the minute. He might be able to sneak in a 70 and rejig his cash gen, but he might get dropped. Johnson suspended for 1 more week. Hopefully, he just comes straight back in. Ryan Marshall, 107 now. He did have a little injury concern late in the fourth quarter. I think it was a leg or an ankle. He rolled his ankle. I don't think he came back into the game. And that's fine because I think St Kilda just went, we've got this game won. Let's just manage him, similar to the Gold Coast game. But we just hope with Marshall that he plays next week. Now, if worst case scenario, he doesn't get up and whatever, then we'll just put Radaglia at R2 for the time being until Marshall's back. Madden was my loop. Apparently he's not injured anymore, so wouldn't it be a miracle if he came back on the side? Tim English, 124. Oh, by the way, I didn't run any loops this week because there were a few injury clouds under Zeeble, Dacos, and Laird. So I didn't really want to muck around with any loops this week, and I think I actually loopholed pretty well. The only thing I could have done was field Simpson over Chandler, but I was never going to do that. Tim English, 124, didn't watch a second of this GWS Dogs game because obviously Hawthorn were playing. So just keep it coming, mate. Just stay healthy because we need you to stay healthy. Tim Taranto, 118, solid. I can't believe might have been a bigger score if I didn't take his score, but whatever. I just wanted to play it safe, to be honest, this week. But yeah, didn't want to do any silly business. Just take his score, just relax. Josh Dunkley, 149. Congratulations to anyone that VC Dunkley. He was just immense. Like, that's one of the best Josh Dunkley games that I've seen. Just beautiful game from the great man. So good to see prime Dogs Dunkley right here. Connor Rosie, 104, started off pretty slow, as he usually does, but builds himself into the game. Scores 104, can't complain, really solid. Jack Zeeble, 179, he is a keeper. He is unbelievable, just an absolute seagull down back. So I'm very happy with that. Great to see with Zeeble. I grabbed him at 356,000, and he certainly paid off big time. So great pickup, very happy with Zeeble. Cade Chandler, I think his break even's like a 42. So sorry, I need to invest in a desk. I just sit on my bed, but so I think Chandler's got another week in price to be made, and then we can probably ship him. So he's been an unbelievable rookie, one of our best rookies this season. So good on him, and thank you very much. Radaglia, 88, just so solid. I'm glad I kept the faith. Just delivering some really nice scores. There's no complaints at all. Good ruck cover. Might flip him. What's his break even? I didn't really check. 56. Yeah, just keep it coming, mate. Probably one bad score and you're gone at this point, but thank you very much. You've been fantastic. Roberts didn't play. Van Rooyen, gee whiz. So I have some choice words to the MRO because I reckon this is absolutely disgraceful. I don't think that's 2 weeks at all. I don't think it's 1 week. Lucky to even, if it would have been lucky to even be a fine. So I think this was a really bad suspension. Like, I do not get it. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me, but whatever. Yeah, for 2 weeks. He could be a guy you get rid of now because his break even, I think, is his average, 59. Yeah. So you can honestly get rid of Van Rooyen now. Melbourne should be appealing. If he can hold for one more, if it gets brought down to 1, if Melbourne appeal, then I think you just maybe hold for another week. But look, I think his cash gen is done. So I think picking Van Rooyen over Ryan, I don't think that's worked out, but whatever. I wanted to be a cheapskate and save myself 30 more K. So is what it is. Ryan's making a lot of money, so that was a bit of a bad miss. I mean, in my mind, we should have boosted to get in Samson Ryan, but whatever. Is what it is. So a bit disappointing, but probably should have seen that coming, unfortunately. All right. Oh, shit. All right. Let's do trades and all this stuff. So I don't think I'm touching Sicily this year. He looks frustrated, disinterested. Yeah, he's really pissing me off as a Hawthorn supporter this year as skipper. So I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to refresh and see what people are doing. Obviously, I can make my own decisions, but I'm just curious to see like what some other people are looking at doing, like whether that's trading this bloke instead of that bloke that I was thinking of. Are these still not up? No, they're not. Okay, whatever. I can do my own thoughts. That's fine. All right, so Ridley clearly has to go. Ridley has to go. You could get rid of Ashcroft if you want. I think a mistake I've made this year. I've still got 2 boosts, and I think that's too many at this point of the year. Like I should have probably used 1 or 2 more at this point in time, but whatever. Got 2 boosts left, and if I use 2 boosts, that'd get me down to 13 trades. Like that is really tight. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm starting to realize that this is going to get pretty tight. So, look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how I'm getting Jordan Dawson this year unless he gets under like 600K. So, I think we just got to look for value now, unfortunately. So, now there is one bloke I'm really keen on. So, we'll just do Ridley and Van Rooyen. I would like to use another boost, but there's really no other rookies this week, unless I went early on Drury. He scored a 51. But 2 down, 1 up. Unless I went, let me just experiment here. Why not? So let's say we brought in Drury. I don't think I will go too early on him. 971,000. That's just not enough. That's just not enough. Weddle, Atkins, yeah. I'm not sure if this is the week to use a boost, to be honest, because there's really no one here. If Drury can keep playing, that's pretty handy. Is there any one gamers? Let's have a look at this. Let's just see. Was there any other debutants, or we're literally just running out of rookies? How do I do this? Break even. Let's just bring that down under like 210K. Is there any players that have played 1 game? Blake Drury, -12. Yeah, he's a guy we could look at. Tom Berry, what did he score? 57. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. That's very interesting. One to keep an eye on. Okay. Turner, 43. Not keen on that. Harry Sharp scored a 40. That's not me. So looks like the guys next week are going to be Drury and Berry. And this week, my God, it looks like it's Weddle and gee whiz, there's no one here. Maybe Wagner gets named again, and Atkins. Like there's literally nothing here for bubble rookies this week. So might just have to be Weddle that we get in. So let's just do like Ridley. It's really disappointing that he's dropped down this much as well. Basically Setterfield's price. Yeah, because I can't get into premiums yet. So I can't really double downgrade because there's not really anyone else here unless I wanted to save some cash for next week. But I think double downgrading would should have been done. We might have to do next week instead. So maybe that's an option. But I think it might just have to be the simple 1 up, 1 down. So let's just trade Van Rooyen, for example. There is one guy I am pretty keen on. I just haven't checked his break even. So let's move Mitchell to the forward line. Let's get in Weddle, I guess. Like I'm not super thrilled about it, but whatever. Weddle comes in. And then the guy I'm keen on, Sinclair, what's his price? I think he met his break even. Made 3.2K, break even of 100, got a really nice buy. I do really like that. So Sinclair is an option. Let's say we want to, I don't really want to bring in a forward. It's a defender or a midfielder again this week. Probably needs to be a defender, to be honest, because I don't really want to, unless I moved. No, I don't really want to do that. So let's just say it's a midfielder. So Sinclair's probably the guy I go for if it's a defender. I'm not really that interested in Sicily. Actually, to be honest, hang on. Let me just have a look at Sicily's price, because maybe if he gets like 500K, maybe we should just do it. 113 break even. Yeah. What's his price? 537. So he might get down to like, there's a chance he could be 500K the way he's playing. So that's one to keep in mind. All right. Move Chincotta back there. All right. 570,000K mid. Let's have a look at the highest price. Canelio dropped to 79. Looks like he's going to drop a little bit in price, but maybe not too much. Lockie Neal, by the way, is going to be dropping a lot in price, so that's one to keep an eye on. Treloar got injured. Brayshaw, I mean, it's just one good score after a bit, but if you want him now, I guess you go after him now. Yeah, Brayshaw is actually, to be honest, not the worst option now. I think he's got that first buy as well, which is pretty nice, so I don't mind that. Mills, to be honest, I'm not that interested in. Jack Steele just doesn't really look himself, does it? But if I want to get him in, it's got to be this week. So it's basically Brayshaw versus Steele, and I feel like they're both playing injured, so that's a bit weird. So it's either, I feel like for me, it's either going to be Brayshaw, Steele, or Jack Sinclair. Like, there's not really anyone else here. LDU, gee. If LDU's going to be really cheap, maybe that's a sneaky option, but I feel like he's playing injured. Might just want to avoid that, to be honest. Noah Anderson's a guy where I think we just let him go because I don't think it's worth paying up 600K for a defender. Zach Merritt, I might keep an eye on next week. And there's really no one else here. So, all right. For now, I think I'm going to go Sinclair because I kind of need a defender. And to be honest, at this point in time now, I got to kind of almost be saving trades a little bit because I have overtraded a fair bit, but maybe Sinclair in for Ridley. You bring in Weddle. Well, ideally, but let's just do this. Let's just move Zeeble into there. I want to field Radigalia again this week. I thought I pressed that. Oh, okay, it's done that. Bench Weddle. Chincotta is actually in the midfield, which, to be honest, I'm honestly not that fussed about. Swap Marshall, Radigalia. Let's get Goulden back into the forward line. So let's see. We've still got. Wait, that can't be right. No, because because we're going to eventually have one of Zeeble or Sheasel into the forward line, so that's pretty easy, to be honest. 26K in the bank with this move again. Probably use a boost next week to get in someone else. I don't know how. Maybe Ashcroft, maybe Chandler, something like that. Look, I think this is how we're running. Just think Ridley replaces Sinclair. But we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes to make with 17 trades. Gee whiz, we're going to have to go super budget here, I reckon, from here on in. Sinclair, I'm fine, 544,000. We're going to have to go super budget here for the rest of the year. I actually don't know if I'm actually going to end up using all my boosts, as crazy as that sounds, because I think I've just mismanaged them this year. So, yeah, that's how we're thinking. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep going one up, one down at this point because, I mean, obviously we need to try to finish a side. So, yeah, look, who do I want to look, I'm just going to ignore Dawson now because I just don't see a world where I can get him. So that's really disappointing. All right. So 1 defender, 3 mids. I kind of need another midfielder, but I guess I also need a defender. And so one defender, three mids, one forward. Yeah. So who am I thinking early days? I'm thinking Darcy Cameron here, 494,000. That's pretty nice. Miller, Steele, Brayshaw, Mills, probably not Mills, Neil, probably to finish out this midfield, Merritt. So those are some names. Then the back line, I've got no idea. Ideally Dawson, but I don't think that's going to happen. So maybe just keep it like this. I don't know what other forward we're going to get. Maybe Bailey Smith. Maybe go after Bailey Smith or something. I don't even know. Maybe this is my back line for the year. As sad as that is, but I guess it's not a bad back line. But don't have Dawson. I don't think I'm going to get Dawson. If Radicalea is, if Marshall is injured, then we'll just field Radicalea this week and field. God, there's really no. I'll just field Sam Simpson probably. So actually, that's pretty tempting to field Sam Simpson this week. So that's not disastrous if Marshall is out, and if he's under an injury cloud. Let's have a look at the buy structure. So yeah, I think I want to get a round 12 round 12 premium this week. So it's probably going to be between Steele, Brayshaw, and Sinclair. I really want Sinclair. I feel like he just works with my structure so nicely with the buys. He's the only defender with that buy. You've got Ashcroft, you've got Marshall, you've got Dunkley. Yeah, so yeah, I'm perfectly fine with getting in like a Sinclair this week or a Steele or a Brayshaw. I think what's Freo's run coming up? Who have they got this week? Sydney. I think Sydney are going to look to bounce back there. They got Geelong. Oh God. Melbourne away. Yeah, that terrifies me. Like it's all well and good playing well against Hawthorn, who are bottom 2 this year, but let's see how he goes. For example, round 7, they played Brisbane. I don't think he scored that well. Oh, I think he scored okay. The Dogs, yeah. So that's not going to happen very often for winning. So yeah, I feel like this is really dragged out. So I do apologise, but I hope you guys like me talking. So all right, so let's just go over the game day stuff. So let's just see how the SDS SuperCoach League and the SDS Times Pro League goes. All right, so I beat young Willie's. Now, I remember checking this. He's got a lot of St Kilda players, so good on him. And they all scored very well, so good on him for that. Yeah, he's got a lot of St Kilda players there. Chucked the VC on Marshall last day. No, good on you, mate. That's actually a pretty decent score there. All right, and then the SDS Times Pro League. Well, it was a very close game here. Jesse had a good week himself. So had Cameron, captain, VC'd Oliver. Probably Mitchell and Canelio sort of let him down. McKenna. Yeah, by the way, it was very disappointing for Connor McKenna considering Rich was out, Colton got injured. That's just really stiff. I don't get how he scores that low without those blokes. So ideally I would have kept him, but yeah, just super stiff there. All right, so yeah, good performance by those guys, but I got the chockies. All right, so let's have a look at the league, how we're standing. So the SDS SuperCoach League, I believe I'm first, and we are ranked 664th overall in the leagues out of 12,000. So that's pretty solid, pretty good. Riley's up there, Daniel, Stephen, Nick, chipping along nicely. And we've got Mitch Tats on the bottom. Come on, Mitch, get a dub up there, my man. All right. And then the SDS Times Pro League, I think, is doing a bit better in terms of league ranking, 379th. That's very good. Grace's Secret Steve is really doing well this year. Let's have a look at his rank. Ryan's doing really well. Steve's doing well. Sam, Crano, Peter, Jono. Shout out to my man Jono, Ripper Bloke, and Danny. So they're all up there. So good on them. And yeah, I'm third. Crano's doing good. Grace's Secret's doing good. And I'll check the ranks for everyone in this league as well. Yeah, Crano's in here as well. Riley. Yeah, so good stuff. Theo, Jake, Stephen. James, yeah, he's 20K overall, so good on him. Good on, and yeah, so thank you guys. I think we'll leave it there. I'll early thoughts, I guess, on VC and C. VC against Geelong. I'm thinking Stewart VC Friday night at the G against the Tigers. That could be very interesting. That could be a very interesting VC because the trend seems to be at the minute just VC anyone on that Friday night at this point in time, and C probably Oliver against the Hawks. If I wanted to go, when does GWS play? GWS play on the last day. That is perfect. So I could make my VC. I can make my VC on like a Saturday night even. So whether I want a VC, I could go Bont. If I wanted to be boring, I could go Bont into Oliver. No, sorry, Oliver into Bont. Friday, Saturday twilight and Saturday night. I'll go to this game. What else is here? Who's Laird got? I don't want to entertain it at this stage. Dacos, by the way, I don't think he's a captain option at this point in time. I think he's only a VC at the minute, just due to the tag threat, even though it's not really affecting Collingwood winning. So, Stewart, I reckon, is a great VC. Taranto's even a good VC against the Cats. Yeah, so I think it's down to those blokes. Two of the Dogs got. Who do I trust more? I mean, I guess you got to trust Bont. So I think the option is I either VC Oliver into Bont or I VC Stewart into Oliver. So those are the options. But I think at this point in time, it's hard to go against putting the VC and C on Oliver and Bont at this point in time. So I think you just ride that. So, all right, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys had a great round yourself. And hope you guys had a good week, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Thank you. Have a good night.